All right, chat. What do you say we get a little palate cleanser going with some roll for sandwich? I think, me personally, I think it's a great idea.
Hello, adventurers! Form Raclette ranks. It's time for Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate
Right
decide
side
my
Jacob
lunch.
is back.
Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Dietz and Watson. They've provided all the meats, cheeses, and some other goodies for today's episode. Let's see what kind of sandwich we can make with them.
Have we?
Let's get it started with our roll for bread.
Have we watched this
rye.
already?
We've got a couple slices of seeded rye bread, which is one of my favorites. We're going to go ahead today and use our toast bread cantrip.
I think we actually watched this one yesterday. We definitely did.
Hello, adventurers. Lower
Yes.
the deli drawbridge. It's time for Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go.
I
Today
think my
I'm gonna use
keybinds
these swirly
sometimes
pink
make
dice that
TikTok
were given
act
to me
weird
at my recent
on
meetup
my
in
OBS.
Killarney, Ireland. Thanks. Let's get started
Yeah,
with
this
our roll
one's
for
new.
bread. 6, rye. Rye bread for the second sandwich in a row. That's fine by me. Worked pretty well last time. Hopefully this time it doesn't go awry.
I like a good
We're gonna
marble
go ahead and
rye.
use our toast bread cantrip to get our slices nice and toasted. And there we go. Looking nice and ready to be made into a sandwich. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 1, rockfish.
What?
I've heard it said that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And yet here I am once again trying tinned fish. I've never
Another
had rockfish
canned
before or this
fish.
particular brand, and this happens to be sumac and garlic rockfish. I like sumac. It's in a lot of Mediterranean dishes. Has a citrusy flavor, and I like garlic. Maybe I'll like this too, he said doubtfully. Let's roll for cheese. 5, lemon bliss.
Everything
All right,
else
well,
is going to have
cheese
to
and
try to
fish
save
aren't
this.
always a good pairing, but this one tasting like lemon might actually give it a chance at working better. Citrus does go well with fish. This cheese also has some
True.
notes of beer to it, and I'm not sure if that's gonna
Bit of
help
a
it or
lemony
hurt
flavor.
it here.
Like when you like
Let's
take a lemon, you like squeeze it over a fish.
roll up some
That could
roughage.
this might not be too bad.
Double 4s, double lettuce. Is it just me, or have we been getting lettuce a lot so far this season? Kind of like a certain other green vegetable from last
Oh,
season.
no.
I don't want to speak anything into
Don't
existence here.
we don't
This
talk
is
about the
happening pretty
celery.
frequently now. On the positive side, lettuce isn't going to add any funky flavors, but
It's
it's
just a
also not
butter
going to cover
beef.
anything up. Let's get wild with the wild
Well,
magic
leaf.
roll. 5, mini caramels. Listen, you
What?
can pry the pronunciation caramel from my cold dead hands. It's what I grew up with. It's what everybody around me said. You can say caramel if you want to. That's fine.
See, I've been under the impression that caramel and caramel are actually two different things. It is caramel, by the way.
I'm not going to. Judging from the packaging, these little caramels are from Denmark. I picked them up while I was in Ireland at a specialty shop. Now I get to eat them with fish. And last but not least, the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
I don't know. Don't take
11,
my word for that.
habanero horseradish honey mustard. Well, I guess we are bookending
I'll look
our
it up
week
after
with
this.
this interesting mustard from the National Mustard Museum. It's pretty strong
Oh,
flavored
it's the
stuff.
museum mustard.
Maybe it will cover over the fish taste. The way it combines visually with the caramels is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
I don't
Get our
know about
toothpicks in to
this.
hold it together, and let's
Because
get it cut in
the
half.
caramel candies might just be like super chewy.
And let's take a look at that cross section.
They probably taste
Okay.
good,
I'm currently at Gen Con, so the good news for me is that this sandwich for me right now is in the past. Let's see what past Jake thought of it. Let's give it a taste. Yep, the texture is bad, and the taste is also bad. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is actually quite fishy. People keep telling me if you buy high quality canned fish, it's
2.2,
going to
yeah.
taste fishy, and I keep debunking that.
Yeah, chat, throw
There's
your
not much
ratings
to
in.
help with that flavor here either. I thought the lemon cheese might pair well, but it's not, especially the beer flavor. Then you've got horseradish and habanero and caramel to boot. And every once in a while, when you hit one of those caramels out of nowhere, and it's just this pocket of sweet in the fish, it's no.
1.8.
Not good. This one gets a solid do not recommend from me. gonna give it a 1.1. And I'm gonna call it
Ooh.
Tinsanity.
Oh,
Here you
that
go,
was
Earl.
close.
Have a snack. Good mimic.
Good mimic.
Thanks for hanging out.
That was a good mimic. Okay. Before we watch the next video, let me figure out our caramel and... Aha! Caramel is the correct spelling for the golden brown sugary food, while caramel is a proper noun for a town in California. People sometimes misspell caramel as caramel due to pronunciation, especially since North America dialects drop a second A and pronounce it to sound like caramel. Okay, so the spelling is caramel, but a lot of times in North America it's pronounced caramel just because. So technically both pronunciations are right. There's nothing like
Hello, adventurer.
necessarily wrong.
Hello, adventurers. Scale the Wensleydale walls. It's time for Roll for Sandwich.
Episode
the series
17.
Where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today we're using these strange cylindrical dice that were sent in by a viewer. Thanks.
He sounds a little sick.
First up, let's roll for bread. 1. Freezer ends. Today from the freezer, we're going to use up some of this multi-seed bread that I have left over. It is currently frozen, but that's nothing a little trip to the toaster can't fix. So we'll use our toast bread cantrip and get it nice and toasted. There we go. Not a bad start for a Monday. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 3. Black pudding. Black pudding is a blood sausage originating in the UK and Ireland. It is usually made with pork or beef blood, pork and or beef fat, and oats and or barley. It is commonly eaten at breakfast and has a very distinct taste from the blood, but also from the inclusion of herbs like pennyroyal and mint. We've had blood pudding on the show once before, and
I would try it.
I ate it quite a few times on my recent trip to Ireland. Hopefully today we make a good sandwich with it. Next up, let's roll for cheese.
I would try it.
6. Nightshade.
Maybe
This
I'm just
washed-rind
vampiric like
cow's
that.
milk cheese tastes like a combination of Gouda and cheddar. We recently had it on the show, and I'm glad to have it back. It's a delicious cheese, and I think it will go just fine here with the black pudding. Next up, let's roll for roughage. 4 lettuce and 8 mild peppers. Lettuce,
Oh,
again. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Lettuce is fine. And mild peppers will be nice. They'll add a little bit of acid. They're one of my favorite roughage options. Definitely could have done worse. All right, let's get wild.
so
with the
far
wild
this
magic rolls.
is incredibly normal.
2. Curse. All right, that means we
No.
need to draw a card from our curse deck,
Never
which
mind.
will negatively impact this sandwich and possibly future sandwiches. I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, he just left it.
Silence.
Oh,
You
no.
may not cast spells while this curse is active. All right, so until the end of next episode, no spells.
Yikes.
All right, last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 3. Spice bag ketchup. A spice bag is a Irish Chinese takeaway item that was first created in Dublin. This ketchup incorporates some of the seasonings used, including Chinese 5-spice, garlic, and chili. I saw it in a shop in Ireland, and I knew what I had to do. Hopefully it's at least better than regular ketchup. Let's get our
I need to start making a list.
toothpicks in to hold the sandwich together,
Of
and
things
let's
I
get
need
it
to
cut
try.
in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. Black pudding is a little unsettling, but it looks okay. You've probably noticed I don't sound like my chipper self. Don't worry, I just lost my voice at Gen Con. Here's hoping we start this new week on a good note. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's okay. I can definitely taste the ketchup. And I think I prefer black pudding on its own rather than in a sandwich like this. The texture with the included oats and things, I think, makes for a better sausage to just be eaten by itself. The cheese in particular here is probably the best part. But overall, this sandwich is, just okay. I've definitely had worse, but
Middle of the
I've
road.
also had much better. Still, for a sandwich with
Ratings. 2.8? This was much better than the last one. 4.7.
with some sort of ketchup on it, things went about as best as they could have. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 5.8 today, and I'm gonna call
Ooh.
it the Bagman. Thanks for hanging out with me
Okay.
today.
That's a
I hope
little
you have a
high.
great day, and I
Ooh,
will see you again next time
whoa.
right here on Roll for Sandwich.
All right, I feel like that was a little high, but
Hello, adventurers. Muster the Mustard Militia. It's time
Episode
for Roll for
18.
Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today we're going to be using these ladybug dice that were given to me by a sweet little girl at Gen Con. Thanks.
Aw.
Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 3 hearty oat. All right, we're going to build our sandwich on a couple of slices
Okay.
of this hearty oat bread, but we aren't going to toast it because we cannot toast it because we are silenced.
Yeah.
Next up, let's roll for main. 1 tofu. Tofu, also called bean curd, is coagulated soy milk pressed into blocks. So it's kind of like soy cheese in a way. It does not taste cheesy. In fact, it doesn't taste like much of anything. Usually whatever sauces
Oh,
and
hell no.
spices and seasonings you use to cook the tofu do a lot of heavy lifting. So let's hope we get some good sauce or something later, because this is what's happening
Wait,
right
we're not like heating it up or anything? We're just having straight up cold tofu?
now. Cool. All right, next up, let's roll for cheese. 2 Colby Jack. Colby Jack is 2
Oh,
different cheeses
Colby Jack
marbled
cheese, okay.
together. That is Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. It's a fine cheese, if a tad boring to me personally. Let's roll up some roughage. 2 lettuce and 11 none. Okay, there's nothing wrong with lettuce on a sandwich, but it's happening
There's so
like
much
every episode.
lettuce.
The dice definitely have a new hyperfixation. In this case, we probably could have
They
used
gave
something
up
with a
on the
little bit more
celery.
flavor. Let's get wild with the wild magic roll. 9 Takis. Takis are rolled.
Chat, how do you feel about Takis? I like a good spicy chip. I feel like Takis are a little overrated. There's meh.
Tortilla chips covered in
Hot
usually
fries are my
strong,
favorite though.
tasty
What are
seasoning.
those?
They've been somewhat of a viral snack over the past several years. And these ones are incredibly blue. They are spicy and kind of sour. I mean, I did just ask for flavor, so I guess I can't complain. We definitely went from 0 to 100. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 18 Pizza Hot Sauce. This Melinda's Pizza Hot Sauce is a crushed red pepper
Oh,
hot
it's
sauce
Melinda's.
that
Okay,
is on
so
the
it's probably-
milder side of their line,
It'll probably be
and it's
fine.
one of my favorite offerings from them. It tastes really
Hey,
good on pizza.
Spicy chips,
Let's
spicy
go ahead and get our sandwich
sauce.
closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. Okay, well, it's not the most ideal sandwich, but for a sandwich which we couldn't affect with any spell, we lucked out, I think. Let's give it a taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sandwich is a huge contrast of textures. The tofu is incredibly soft, and then you have the super crunchy rolled tortilla chips and lettuce. The chips and the hot sauce are both strong flavors and are kind of redundant. A more subdued
Yeah.
sauce might have balanced the sandwich better.
Send me
But in this
pictures,
case,
I'll look
it's
at
kind
it.
of just
I'll
one
pause
note,
these after
with
this
quite
and
a
I'll
few
go look
things
at
that
it.
don't taste like a whole lot, and 2 things that want to kick you in the jaw. Still, there's definitely been worse sandwiches than this one.
Ratings. Honestly, this one seemed pretty good. I was gonna say 4.7. You know what? You and I are both saying 4.7.
I'll consider myself lucky today.
You know what? No. 4.6.
For
I'm
a
gonna go
rating,
a
I'm
point
going to
lower
go
than
ahead
you.
and give this one a 4.4 today.
Ooh, I win.
And I'm going to call it the Foo Fight. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Ugh. All right, let me look at these fries real quick. They're literally just Cheetos. You just sent me a bag of Cheetos, bruh. I thought that you were like literally talking about like. See, I thought when you said hot fries, you were talking about like French fries with like hot honey on them or something, which sounds fucking awesome.
Hello, adventurers! String your bacon bows. It's time for Roll for Sandwich.
Honestly, I'm just kinda
the series where I
disappointed.
let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today we're going to be using these dice from this Chessex Hidden Wonders blind
Ooh.
box. Let's see what we got. Looks like a marbled yellow, silver. There's some streaks of blue in there. Cool. And the box is a mimic. Nice. All right, let's get things started with our roll for
You
bread.
can join Earl in the
5,
mimicdom.
brioche. Brioche is nice and soft and a little sweet, so I think we're gonna leave it untoasted today. Hopefully that softness doesn't come back to bite us.
Some good brioche
Next
bread,
up, let's roll for Maine. 10, Braunschweiger. Braunschweiger is a smoked liver sausage that has a soft consistency.
Okay.
It is similar to liverwurst, though liverwurst is not smoked. It has a nice creamy texture, though flavor-wise it might be off-putting to some if you're not used to eating organ meats.
Brioche, I feel like you see brioche a lot more in like burger buns or like bread buns, not like actual slices of
bitter
bread.
aftertaste. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5, Provel. Technically,
What?
this is not Provel because Provel is a specific brand of
Borgor.
cheese. This is a regional processed cheese that they use on pizza
Burgie.
in St. Louis. Though this isn't
Speaking of
Provel
Burgie, I
brand,
should
it
check
is
out what
directly
the
from
dinner
St.
menu
Louis.
is for
Someone
tonight.
brought it to me at Gen Con.
So I
Let's
know
roll
what
up some
I'm getting
roughage.
on break.
1, whatever fruit my kids haven't eaten, and 5, olives. My fruit-devouring children must have missed
anti-olives.
these raspberries, so today we're gonna have some
Not for me,
raspberries
Chief.
on our sandwich. They should bring an interesting
good.
tartness to the sandwich, but I'm unsure how well they're gonna pair with the Braunschweiger or the olives. The olives
Raspberries
I
are
have today
alright,
are
though.
green pimento stuffed olives. They will also add a little bit of acid and bitterness to the sandwich. I'm generally an
How? I mean, Ermis, thank you for the sub, but I don't know how you did that. I don't have my Twitch monetized yet. Wait, what? Wait, why did I get that notification? I should only have follow notifications on. I was so confused. I was like, where did that notification come from? Huh. Okay, well, I will look into that later. Ermis, thank you for the sub. Wow. Okay. I'm not trying to be ungrateful. I'm just like, I don't know how you managed to do that.
blueberry.
Oh, it went backwards.
Hello, adventurers.
My keybinds
Raspberries on our
scroll.
sandwich. They should bring an interesting tartness to the sandwich, but I'm unsure
Yes.
how well they're going to pair with the Braunschweiger or the olives. The olives I have today are green pimento stuffed olives. They will also add a little bit of acid and bitterness to the sandwich. I'm generally an olive enjoyer. And
I
know
don't
they
do
work
olives.
fairly well with
I'm
the
kind of
Braunschweiger on its own.
anti-olive.
Not sure about the raspberries though. I guess we'll find out. Let's get wild with the wild magic roll.
See, now that I know that there's an actual sub alert, I need to actually make a sub alert.
15. It's bacon! Bacon is definitely a fortuitous roll here.
Okay.
Adding another smoky, savory meat keeps us in the same general flavor vein, and honestly, I think bacon would go pretty well with the raspberries. Maybe this will work. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 2, ketchup. Man, this is a bummer. I felt like we were close to something good here, so I'm gonna try something. I'm going to use a level 1 spell slot to cast Divine Intervention, which allows me a chance to completely change this roll if I succeed on a D8 roll. So we will now call on Shaq in our time of need. Come on, big man, save us from the ketchup. 6. Today our prayers fall on deaf ears. Ah, well, it was worth a shot. The dice gods have ordained this one finishes out with ketchup. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
I like ketchup with
Get our
like
toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in
chicken
half.
nuggets and stuff. Not a big like ketchup on a sandwich guy, you know? It's not really my thing.
And let's take a look at that cross section. Very red. This is one of those sandwiches where it's hard for me to know exactly what it's going to be until I take that first bite. Here's hoping it's a good one. Let's taste it. Texture-wise, this is kind of nice. It's very creamy with a slight chew from the bacon and the olives. Flavor-wise, it's honestly actually kind of good. The raspberries kind of fill the role of tomatoes, adding a nice tartness and the moisture you'd get from the tomato juice. They also balance out the ketchup. Like, I can tell there's a sauce on this, but I can't really
Yo, is brother
tell it's
weird?
ketchup. The Provel is creamy, but doesn't really give much of a taste. And any bitterness from the Braunschweiger and the olives is balanced out yet again by those raspberries. Honestly, the more bites I take, the better this is. I think leaving the brioche soft was the right call. I'm pretty shocked. I expected at least something to clash in this, but I'm actually kind of digging it, ketchup and all. And enemies to love.
7.2. I'm gonna do a 6.8.
First ketchup arc was not on my 2025 bingo card. Surprisingly, I'm gonna give this one an 8.8. And I'm gonna
Wow. Wow. That was a leap.
call it
Oh
Red Catch
my
Redemption.
God.
Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will
Wow. That's insane. Huh. Truly incredible. I did not see that coming.